Hello and welcome to another HTML5 training course video. In today's lesson I'm going to teach you about the HTML structure of a page, and then also I'm going to follow up with the HTML5 structure and semantic elements to use. So let's go ahead and open your text editor, and from the default or index HTML, whichever you're using, let's just do a save as. And let's just call it structure. And mind you, in the other videos I showed you the meta description and stuff that goes up here, and we don't have that in. We can always bring it in just for the heck of it. Actually, cut the body of that in there, and let's just call this HTML5 structure. So within the body here, we have the content of the page, and normally HTML5 or HTML would use divs, and HTML5 has a little different semantic structure. And usually what they would do, they would use these attributes, an ID, use header, and then we'd have ID equals main, which would be the main content, and then div ID footer. And then obviously within that, you would have your probably have your nav bar and such. I'm not going to build that out, but I mean, I'm just showing you what usually is going to be in your header. And then in your body, this is the main body of the web page. Jeez, if I could spell today. And so that is the normal HTML structure of a website. And now you only use div tags when the HTML5 semantic elements don't apply. Now I'm going to show you the HTML5 semantic structure now, and I'll show you why it's better to use the HTML5 version. Now what we have in the body here is there are 6 elements available to use, and just how we had here. Let's actually leave this. Let's comment it out. Let's just say this is the HTML structure of a web page. And where were we here? Okay. Just so you have it. Okay. So for HTML5, within the body, we have our header. We have a section. And we have our footer. Now for SEO purposes, this is the better way to structure a website, because as search engines are getting better, they're going to be able to use this and be able to more determine how better structured web pages are, and be able to find that better content out there for faster results and such. And within the header, we can use, and see how I have the nav bar in a div down here, we can actually use nav as an HTML5 element, and then within there you'd have your a list of home put it 3 times just so we have it. And sections, I mean, you can have a few sections. I mean, really as many as you want within here, within your body. Another one to use is article. It's like an article in a paper. You can use aside, which is like a page sidebar that is related to the content. So you could use the aside to make a sidebar. So let's try to. I've actually never used that one, so let's. I wonder if we'd use it on the outside. Let's just copy this list and see what happens. So let's just go ahead and save it, and I just want to see what it looks like on the browser. Now again, with the divs, you only want to use those when, okay, it didn't, obviously because we don't have any CSS to it, that's why, but there's nothing to it. But yeah, only use the divs when there is, you know, if you're within this section and you don't know what else to call it, then you could have a div in here and call it like, well, I guess you could really do that as list, and then just have the list within there, you know, and then have that list in your CSS. You call it out and design it. And again, use the HTML5 structure for, you know, better SEO practices. And these are supported in all the browsers, you know, all the most recent browsers for sure. i.e., who knows about that? I just typically stay away from it at all costs. But yeah, that is the semantic structure of an HTML5 web page. So thanks for joining in. I'll see you in the next one.